A shift inside the Kremlin sends ripples through the G20. Moscow sidelines its veteran diplomat and elevates an economist with a sharpened message for the West. At the summit in South Africa, Maksim Oreshkin steps forward, challenging global inequality and questioning the rules that shape the world economy. At Vertex, we unpack why Russia changed its voice and its strategy. At the G20 summit in South Africa, Russia signaled a clear shift in strategy. Rather than sending Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Moscow appointed its senior economic advisor, Maksim Oreshkin, to lead the delegation, marking a move from geopolitical messaging toward financial and development priorities. The change reflected Russia's broader push to adapt its economy under Western sanctions and strengthen ties with the global South. As more nations question existing financial structures, Moscow positioned itself as a supporter of emerging economies seeking greater influence in global decision-making. Oreshkin focused on what he described as the imbalance created by Western economic policies. In his remarks, Oreshkin argued that sanctions, trade barriers and currency pressures imposed by advanced economies are distorting global markets and limiting development across the global South.
These days, global economy is facing a severe fragmentation. Advanced economies continue to engage in illegitimate unilateral actions, including sanctions, trade barriers, technological and educational restrictions, as well as seizure of sovereign assets. These methods of unfair competition destabilize the global economic architecture, disrupt supply chains, discourage long-term investments, hold back the global growth and undermine progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
The message aligned with Russia's push for reforms at international financial institutions. Oreshkin called for updated mandates at the IMF, World Bank, and related bodies, saying that growth metrics should account for poverty reduction, social protections, and environmental sustainability. His presentation echoed long-standing concerns from several African and Asian governments that development financing remains inconsistent and heavily shaped by Western priorities.
Today, we are here in Africa, a region that urgently needs strong economic growth to meet the needs of its fast-growing population. We should talk today about access of Africa and the global South to new technologies, healthcare, education, and most importantly, financing. We're concerned that financial flows to developing countries are simply not enough. Even the official development assistance came to a steep decline in 2024 of 7.1% and is projected to fall further. While Africa is in dire need of capital inflow, total net borrowings by G7 governments, according to the IMF data, will reach almost $3 trillion this year. By the way, it equals to total GDP of the whole African continent. Mounting sovereign debt of several G7 countries pushes them to the verge of fiscal collapse. Artificially inflated financial bubbles may trigger a knockdown to the global economy.
Russia used the summit to promote new economic pathways, emphasizing expanded BRICS cooperation, alternative trade channels, and development institutions that reduce dependence on Western currencies and banking systems. Officials cast this as a long-term effort to strengthen resilience and build more balanced global partnerships. Oreshkin's role highlighted his growing influence inside the Kremlin, reinforced by his earlier appearance at the BRICS Business Forum in Rio de Janeiro. Reactions from other G20 members were mixed. Many share concerns about debt and uneven aid, yet remain wary of proposals that could widen geopolitical divides. Whether Russia's message gains traction now depends on how emerging economies steer the debate ahead.